Now.
Hi, everyone. Good morning and welcome back to our Digit course. As you know, we are dealing in this part of the course with digital marketing and digital selling experts. And the aim is to give you some important hints and ideas about which are the most important aspects you should take into consideration when considering maybe the opening of an e-commerce, of an online shop. And today we have with us Mr. Volker Dahm. We can define him as an e-commerce expert, among other fields he's got the chance to gather his expertise in. So I say a warm welcome to Mr. Dahm. Hi, nice to have you with us today. And yes, I'll give the floor to you, Mr. Dahm. So if you could briefly introduce yourself because before we start with our interview.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Saviori, for the interview and the chance to talk with you and the audience. My name is Volker Dahm. I'm an entrepreneur and managing partner of Passion for People, and I have founded some e-commerce and SAP consultancy companies where we have built several systems for the integration of SAP with e-commerce platforms.
Very good, thank you. A very short but very impressive introduction. So I suggest we could start with you telling us about your opinions. If I'm a food producer, for example, an SME, a small and medium enterprise in the sector of food production, and I'd like to start with for the first time, with an e-commerce, with an online business, which are, in your opinion, the three main important aspects I should keep in mind before doing that?
For creating a new e-commerce platform, you should actually know what kind of audience you want to reach. Which means, is it more the end consumer? Is it more a company you want to reach to? Is it also a high scalable product, like a yogurt? Or is it more a customized product with some kind of maybe different ingredients, like a muesli? So where you maybe can choose and then custom make your food products for the audience. So it's really depending on how to reach and who to reach in your audience and what you are capable of doing for the audience.
Yes, this would be identifying the buyer persona, basically, or the buyer entity of my product, right?
Correct. Based on this, you have to decide, okay, what kind of system I can use. So what do I need to do actually in order to choose the best system, if we talk technical wise? So meaning if I just want to buy a standard yogurt and standard products, it's a much easier process and much easier, let's say, platform which you can use. As more you want to customize your product, as more is customizable, like my muesli, for example, the more sophisticated software you need to actually fulfill the requirements of the customers. Yes. As well as your approach to the customer himself, it's maybe different.
Yes, I understand. So first of all, the client. The second point would be the platform, choosing the technical system which can support me during the creation of my e-commerce. Do you have, concerning the system, some suggestions you can give us? What is more suitable for SMEs in my sector, in the case I'm producing food?
Like I said, it depends on. If I want, let's say, make it very standardized one, then I think nowadays we have the e-commerce or the web shops where you can buy like Strato or others, where it's very easy to set up, which is very easy if you have not enough personnel or short of personnel. then they are customized and you can fill some pictures in there and you can start by yourself. It's not that you need an agency for that. As more it gets into customizable items, as more you need help from others, because yes, you can also buy their like oral commerce, where more like giving you also out of the box some options in customize your web shop, but still as more customized parts, as more customized options you are going to give, as more you need the help of marketing agencies, which helps you to set up the shop. As well, integrate into your system. So one is, yes, I just put a shop in there and just sell something, so to say. If it's standardized, then I don't need too much automation between the process of ordering and the process of selling and distributing. But as more customizing and more high numbers do you reach, as more you need also the integration into your systems. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed with the amount of deliveries, and you cannot handle this anymore. So that's really I can do my own stuff. I don't need any agency, and those shops are doing their job perfectly. On the other hand, it's a high integration and a high automation if you have really scalable products, customizable products, and have a high number of deliveries to do. So that's basically, and then you definitely need some kind of marketing or agencies or computer specialists who helps you to actually do this.
Yes, and I guess it is the same if we talk about monitoring my activity, right, on my online shop. I guess if I have a much complete and complex system, I do have a different and more in detail feedback about my activity, about who my customers are, how much am I selling during which month of the year, and do you have some hints about that or some suggestions about the monitoring of the activity?
Well, the question is, yes, where do I get those information? Is it a shop or is it coming from my marketing activities?
Yes, right.
One thing is, yes, you can see, okay, who or have ordered what in your shop. And sure, if you have using a small standardized shop, you may have some small data science or those small data handling and extraction tools. As high you get, as more complicated system you're going to use, as much more possibilities you get to actually create your own analysis. That's for sure. But for me, it's more the question: is it enough from the shop himself? We talk about e-commerce, or do you need also from your marketing activities? So, meaning how much do you have spent on Google Ads if you use Google Ads? What's the conversion rate on Google Ads? Why is it good or bad? So then you take a look more into Google Analytics, find out, okay, how well is spent the budget? And how well is your, let's say, site structured? One side is the e-commerce or the shop himself, but also what you need is landing pages and content, which plays also a big role in how many people are going to find your shop. Which means you have to take a look, okay, how is my homepage structured? How is the content there? Is it SEO optimized? Is it working perfectly? If it's healthy, do you have some broken links or name it? Some technical stuff behind the scenes which you don't see, that actually the people are going to find your products. And that also plays a role of how good is the shop. So how good is your system? How good is your, let's say, description of your pictures, your metadata, which you send with those kind of information to Google? How easy is it for Google to search, or Bing, name it, all those platforms, most likely the same. How good is the content which fits into your product? So meaning selling yogurt and then talking about meat, Google is not going to find you. So meaning you have to create some good content about your yogurt. They Google recognize, oh, okay, there's an interesting page because they're talking about yogurt and it seems to be very attractive. So then you get ranked up on top of the pages.
Yes, no, that's a very good point, because one of the questions the companies always have is like, should my website be a sort of completing the content of my shop, or must the shop itself be an argument for my customer to buy? Or is it like the customer buys because 50% is convinced by my shop, and the other 50% he or she are convinced by my website? Or how do you see this proportion among website and the landing page to web shop and the landing page of the company's web page, basically?
They are linked. There's no percentage. If
Okay.
the company's homepage is
Yeah.
not, let's call it, performing on Google Analytics or on Google, then your web shop is not performing.
Right.
Even if you're the best web shop in the world, but if your homepage, which is linked to the web shop, is not performing well, then most likely it's hard to find the shop himself.
Yeah.
So it needs to be both very, let's say, very attractive, and you have to be focused on both. It should link together. Like I said, if I have a shop about yogurt and I'm talking on my homepage about meat, it's not working. So you have to talk on your homepage about yogurt, name it, whatever you think about, like how to produce, where the cows come from, and what the cows are good for, and blah, 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 blah. And then that's why my yogurt is the best one. That also be linked to your shop, and then see, okay, this yogurt is coming from this specific region with the specific cows, whatever, name it, specific farmer, whatever. So that makes very attractive to the people actually to find it, as well as for Google, because very important that Google recognize, okay, this is an interesting content, there's something going on, and they're talking about yogurt. Okay, then I'm going to rank them, and you have the chance that more people find the job rather than just optimize the shop and forget the homepage.
Yeah, this is, I guess, about even what our companies try to do, this SEO optimization, I guess, that my web shop and my website are constructed in a way that I can be found, if not among the first results, at least in the first Google page. And do you think for a small company, this SEO optimization can be managed internally, or it is in any case better? I'm talking about an SME, a small company, that an expert keeps an eye on that.
That depends on the goals. If you really want to push the online marketing, online sell, then you need experts. Either you buy them locally or in an agency, or you find some people who are going to help you. But definitely, if that's the focus, then you need experts. Otherwise, you're going to lose. Then you waste your time and you waste your money. If it's more like a byproduct, can you hear me?
Is coming from different EU countries. So we are also talking about websites and web shops in different languages. So if I perform well in one language, I need the support even for the other languages I'm trying to sell my products with, right? So this is a very recurring we notice that it really even depends on the number of languages you have on the website, right? And this is a very good point for any new project like ours. I have another question concerning, you were saying storytelling about in my website, which contents I can upload, and how do I tell the history of my product? What is your experience or opinion about having influencers to communicate about my specific food product? Do you have an opinion of that? Do you have already worked with companies who had an influencer on their website, or had a blog which was run by an influencer or something like that?
Well, I did not work with influencers directly. but in a food, if it's B2B and you're in this kind of food area, then you definitely should have your influencers. Absolutely. Because those people have a high reach and they talk about your product and talk about hopefully positive. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense for you.
They don't influence anymore.
Then it's definitely going to help you to find but to create a good online presence.
Online presence, yeah. And I have one last question to you. It concerns the transparency of information, because we are talking about food. And nowadays, a very important feature of the food which is being sold, which is sold online, concerns even organic certifications. Especially if we are talking about small producers of food producers. Do you think it is worth like uploading the certifications concerning every single product on my website or on my web shop, or is that a certification which can be required and then I send it if required, and I just put like a stamp which says my product is organic, is bio in German, right? Well, this is the question. Or do you think I should need to put the certifications I have directly online in my web shop or on my website?
You should talk about it.
Okay.
If it's a recognized certification from a known institute or whatever you would like to take, then you should talk about what I meant before. You can create content about it. It's not more just make the button on your homepage. You definitely want to show what you have done.
Like
why
via videos.
Well, it's a differentiator. So why you have received that kind of certificate? What have you done to achieve it? You can make a story about it. You can talk about, okay, I did the certification because of, I don't know, because it's from a special region in the Alps. The cows are living in 2,500 meters in the summer, and that's why I have chosen the milk for that specific yogurt. So that's maybe one of those reasons to actually talk about it. And that gives you more content, gives you more hearing, and also the influencers are getting more interested maybe, because it's kind of, okay, if the influencers is interested or very well known in that specific area of food, then they start also talking about it. And then you as a consumer, or I as a consumer, may not know all those certifications. I may know the main ones, but I may not know the smaller ones and what makes them specific. You can mention, yes, this is a great certificate because we have to fulfill this kind of requirements to actually get it. Like Demeter in Germany. I don't know if, for example, even other countries know about Demeter, but Demeter is a very hard certification to reach. You have to really fulfill certain requirements to actually get it. And starting talking about it, it's always great for the audience.
Yeah, this is a good point. I mean, talking about that via storytelling, because some producers say, yeah, I would like to upload the PDF I got to when I have required this certification, I got it, and then I've uploaded a PDF on my website, but nobody's looking at it. And so this point of having somebody, maybe the producer himself, who talks about the certification, and as you said, how did he get it and what does it mean? It's probably a more valuable marketing argument than just uploading the certifications I have. This is a very good point. Yes, thanks for that.
Yeah, always thinking of stories. What can I tell about it? Don't hide it. It's either you can find out or you make it easier to access.
Yeah.
And there's always something to talk about.
Yeah,
because behind the scenes, behind the certificate, how long does it take? Oh, it took me 2 years because of I have made this stony road to get it. I have chosen this certificate because of several reasons, and this and this and this. So I think there's always a story behind it, why and how you did it and how you have achieved it.
Yeah. This is a very good point. We didn't think about that, and yeah, I'm very thankful that you mentioned that, because yeah, many said, okay, the certificates, I can always send them, you know, but in the end, nobody reads them. Yeah, that's probably true, because the consumer just looks at the website and is more interested in watching a video, as you said, about how I reached this certification or what does it mean, instead of downloading 12 pages of a Demeter certification, which, yeah, you can also do that afterwards, maybe, but it's not the main reason impacting this consumer buying my food in the end.
Yeah, there might be some people who are interested in that, but I guess that's a very small percentage.
Exactly.
Just want to have some stories and understand, okay, Demeter is good. I know it's very well-known name, but what makes you special, or why did you do this? And makes my product, which I want to buy from you, then special for me. If it's Demeter certificate certified or not.
Or not. Yeah, you're right. Very good. Well, from my side, this would be all. Mr. Dahm, I don't know if you want to close the interview and say something. Then I would give you the floor. And from my side, really thanks a lot for your contribution. And we will publish it even via the official Digit channels, so that our users can always go back and listen to this interview. And I would say, yeah, thanks a lot to you, first of all. And I give you now the floor to close the interview.
Thank you, Ms. Saviori. So I'm not experienced closing interviews, but thank you for the audience for listening to me. If you have any questions, you may want to reach out, or I can help with some other stuff. I just hope that you have taken something with you from my past experience. As well, you can consider this with your own strategy and seeing that you, let's say, focus on the right points and taking the right decision in going into online marketing. Thank you for the time with you, and I wish you good luck.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Dahm, and I wish you too a very nice day, and I hope to hear from you soon. See you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.